Right, so what it's like as a 15-year-old who's chasing success, who is down this path, I guess as an entrepreneur, future millionaire, spent my whole life working on this shit. What is it actually like? Well, I heard the quote that goes, chasing success at a young age mentally fucking kills you. And now it depends primarily how you frame it, to be honest. Because a lot of people talk about, oh, but what about your childhood, things like that. And to be honest, I think that's a load of bullshit. I mean, in my eyes, I've lived my childhood already. It's not 18 when I grow up. I've already grown up. My mind is already mentally mature because I've gone to that place from the pain I guess I have endured through running, through workouts, through doing shit that most people my age just cannot fucking do. They don't have the willpower and the drive to do most of what I have done. And I've gone to that place in my mind. I have reached the pain barrier that has allowed me to mentally mature past my years. This is why, like when I am in school, for example, I'm sitting there in class and it feels almost insulting to me because I don't feel in my own mind I should be there. I'm meant for bigger things. I guess this is just how my mind works, But yeah, in terms of like school, things like this, I don't see the point of it. I mean, school's a waste of time, yes. The Matrix, I'm like, oh, Tate. I'm not one of those like little nerds, no, but school-wise, yeah, I just don't feel in my heart and fucking soul I'm destined to just work a normal job, just, at home, in a normal house like I'm in right now, just a wife, 2 children, working a job, one of those happy lives. I just don't feel like that is destined for me. I don't want to live that life, at least right now, at this moment of recording. That is not the life I want to live. I want a life of thrill. I want a life of enjoyment, of purpose and fulfillment. And that doesn't come from being a slave, fulfilling someone else's dreams. Well, they don't do shit. They treat you like shit. Doesn't come from that shit, bro. But yeah, what is it like? It's hard, man. I mean, people aren't going to believe in you, sure. Most people don't believe in me, but it's part of the game. Everyone successful has been through this, so I'm not going to yap on and moan about it. Oh, but no one believes in me. Oh, but it's lonely. I'm not going to do any of that, okay? This is just the standard. This is just what you have to go through. This is just the bare minimum, okay? If this is the journey you're going to embark upon, this is just the shit you have to embrace, okay? Most people know this by now, so I'm not going to yap on about that. But me as a person specifically, I mean, I've always, I guess, been an obsessive, driven person. I've just, in the past year or two, flipped that, so it's actually now targeted to the right specific goals. Back in 1-2 years ago, actually, I'd like to touch on the fact that when I was 10 years old, right, I used to fucking spam surveys for hours a day. 5 hours a day, spamming surveys at £2 an hour. I was a hustler from young. Hustler from young. Sitting there, fucking spamming surveys. Oh yeah. Putting in the fake identity, saying I was some 25-year-old banker and shit, so I could get £1.49 for a 30-minute survey. I was one of them guys, right? And then go and spend it all on blood clot V-Bucks, okay? It was crazy. I used to spam all these surveys, go splash it all on the bloody Fortnite Battle Pass, right? But I've always, I guess, had that drive. I don't know if it's in you or whether it's just specific people, whether it's genetics, I don't know. I'd like to believe personally that everyone has that drive inside them. I know I definitely have it myself. But I'd like to believe everyone has that drive in them. Everyone's capable of it if you've endured enough pain and you have that fucking drive. If you know what you want and you work to get it, I believe everybody can get there. Right? But yeah, I've always been driven. I guess it was when I was younger. more like video games. I used to sweat video games for like 12 hours a day. And now I've just converted that obsession into the right things. That's that's all I've done really. But in terms of how I actually feel, the journey it is on, because I guess, especially at a young age, I mean, I'm 15 years old. It's not normal. You're not going to be seen as normal. You're not going to be seen as, definitely not average, I guess. I mean, average and normal kind of intertwine, right? But it's hard, bro. It's hard, especially when you're like me in the current stage. I mean, I haven't really had success. I'm definitely 100% not in the place I want to be in, right? I have very big goals, very big aspirations, and it's sometimes very, in fact, overwhelming when you realise how far off you are from those goals. When you realise and you dig deep into the tasks, the stress, the pain, the hardships, the lack of faith and belief and doubting yourself you're going to have to go through to actually get to that point. It's hard. But I guess that's why this journey is only for a select few. It's called the 1% for a reason, right? 99% of people, first off, don't even have the drive. They don't want it. Because they're happy living their life. They're happy seeing everyone online, driving their fast cars, with all the women, 5 women they couldn't even get one of, all of them hotter than their one. Everybody respects them, high status, they're in groups of rich people, good level network, high level friends, a good brotherhood, not these brokey friends who aren't loyal and will just go behind your back with your ex. They see these people and they're fine. They don't get enraged like I do at these people, because I know for sure there's millionaires online, there's 18, 19, 20-year-olds with more money than I currently have that I don't view as better than me. I mean, you've probably heard the quote, they're just human, but it's fucking true. They're in the same spot as me, and they are further ahead than me. What is literally stopping? Alright, the bloody storage died on me there. I need to, delete some shit. But I was talking about how these people are just human, and I don't view them better than me, right? It's annoying that cut off mid-fucking sentence. But yeah, I can achieve what they can achieve. I understand my work ethic. I understand what I am capable of. I understand my vision. Okay, and this may sound, that's so zesty, that's cringe. Shut up, bro. But yes, most of these people, they're happy with their lives. These are the people who are just going to stay the same. The only time, there's a fantastic quote, I know I'm quoting a lot of people here, but change only happens when the pain of staying the same is greater than the pain of changing. If you're happy, you're content with your life, why are you going to change? You have no reason to change. Whereas if you're uncomfortable, you feel like a piece of shit, like I did, and I guess I currently do right now. That's why I'm so driven, because I know I am capable of so much more. I am capable of more than what I am currently doing, sitting here filming some video. Nobody knows my name. I barely have any money in the bank. I'm capable of more than this. I understand that in every realm of life. But some people are just fine. And that is ultimately why they don't grow. Everyone is capable of growing and being successful, being an entrepreneur, I believe, despite not being one myself. And I'm not speaking from the point of a guru here. I'm speaking from the point of a person, a young 15-year-old who's documenting my own journey. That is the viewpoint I'm speaking from right here. But I do still believe that everyone is capable of this. I remember the day vividly, and I created an Instagram video on this. I remember the day vividly when it clicked in my mind about 2 years ago on an Easter break, and I decided to go in my dad's room and pick up his dumbbells, which I don't even have anymore, and start curling them. Right? This was like 2.5 years ago when I first started originally working out. Obviously, I've progressed a lot more. I've gone a lot deeper into, then it transformed into fitness, then it was actually more deep into fitness, then actual health and eating good food, then progressed further onto business and mindset, and obviously I've gone deeper down the rabbit hole now. But yeah, when that point that you feel uncomfortable enough, that makes that initial click in your brain, that I believe is when you will change. And until then, You have no reason to, bro. Everyone is capable of doing it if they're uncomfortable enough. But in terms of what I'm actually doing, currently right now, I'm starting an agency. Okay? The progress has been slow. As of right now, it is June 16th. I have a guy who is going to buy my page for $2,000. So I'm going to secure that in the next few days. Right? Cool. And about the other page, I might get 1.5k for that. So a few $1,000s should come in the next week. Unless something goes wrong, which obviously there's a chance. You know, don't expect everything to go to plan all the time. But that should be coming in. So I've started my outreach. Got a unique outreach method. Trying to find and identify the blue ocean, because business is all about the blue ocean, right? If you can find the blue ocean, especially when it comes to outreach and prospecting and things like this, that is ultimately how you win and get that money. Get those clients in the door. Okay, get those calls booked in. So that is what I'm doing right now. And the money I get from these pages, I'm going to invest into this model, invest into my own knowledge, because knowledge is power. That is ultimately the difference between success and failure. Okay, invest into that, invest into the business, invest into the softwares to get the, well, I guess, prospects, the list, lead list, things like these, email outreach softwares, phone numbers, all of these stuff. Invest into that and my own knowledge. But yeah, that is the goal. I'm focusing on this agency right now. I've been in this space of theme pages and Instagram theme pages for like 10 months. And it is super low barrier to entry, but that is exactly why it is hard to, well, it's easy to scale, but it's easy and hard to scale. It's easy to scale because all you do is just get new pages and stuff. But then you have to manage more pages. It's hard to scale one singular page, but it's easy to scale with multiple pages, but then it's just a chaos, you know, it's low leverage and things like this. So yeah, I've been in this Instagram theme page space and I've not really had much success with it, right? I originally saw it about 10 months back. And before I started that theme page, in fact, I tried an agency before that, which was lead gen for HR businesses through cold email service. And I booked in a few calls, never signed a client. Got shiny object syndrome like all these people do. Hopped on these Instagram theme pages and stayed with it ever since, barely making any dough. Barely making any money. But I finally decided, like, what am I doing? I'm wasting all this time on a business model that is super hard to scale, that is super low leverage, that I'm not actually getting a lot of money out of, because it's just some, like, anon account on Instagram. It's hard to actually sell to people because they don't even know who you are. They don't have an actual trust and connection with you because it's faceless. So, yeah, starting to transition out of that business model and start on this agency. And I have goals for the future. Obviously, I'm not going to tell you everything. I'm not going to tell you my big goals because that's gay, bro. That's fucking gay. But yeah, I'm just going to stay in this space. Agency, it's proven. Instagram theme pages, it's not proven. It's too new. No one's scaled to millions with it. Agency, tons of people have scaled to billions with it. Okay, so it's a proven business model. So I ain't got to question that shit anymore, right? As long as I got my offer nailed down, I got my outreach nailed down, find some people to help me. Yeah, it's good. And I'd also like to touch on, in terms of social media, why I'm documenting this journey, why I am creating these videos. The main goal of creating these videos is, one, simply because I want to look back in 10, 20 years at the person I used to be, the thoughts I have right now, the lessons I have learned, the progress I've made physically, financially, mentally, family-wise, everything. I want to see the progress I've made. And second off, is to network with other people, other entrepreneurs, right? Because your network is your net worth. And social media is how you network nowadays. It's very, very hard to network if you do not have a presence online. So that is why I'm creating this presence online. Those two reasons, okay? To look back and document, and for network. Yes, I may create a community down the line because, you know, communities are awesome and things like that. And yes, I do. Those are the main two reasons, okay? I'm not going to go into monetizing it, maybe down the line, but as of right now, no. It's just for those two things. But yeah, those are my goals as an entrepreneur. But, shifting back as we close off and end this video, what it's actually like as a 15-year-old chasing success. It's not, you're not going to be viewed as normal. You're not going to feel happy all the time. It's going to be hard. You're going to grind. Constant self-assessment. Constant I'm looking for a word. Self-reflection. Don't know how I forgot that word. Constant self-reflection, looking at yourself, how you can improve. And that's what I'm doing. I'm just on here. I'm on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, all these platforms. I'm just trying to transparently document my journey. Document the thoughts I have now, my thoughts as they change, as you see me talking and what I talk about and my viewpoints change, things like these. You'll see it change on the videos as well. Okay? But yeah, those are my goals. Simple as that. It's funny, man. I see kids nowadays, they're so obsessed with stupid things. It's like, when I look at other people, I'm in an entirely different reality. I'm living in an entirely different reality. I don't give a fuck about what sauce is on my blood clot chicken. I don't give a shit about what Susie said about me. I don't care. In the moment when you're there, most likely you're going to be embarrassed. But retrospectively, when you look back at the bigger picture, you're happy that it happened. You know? You're happy. Coffee, by the way. Gotta get that energy levels up. But yeah, wrapping up this video. Overall, what it's like, I'd just say, to sum it up, it's hard. There's legal issues, obviously, but I'm not going to go into that. It's quite simple when you think about it. You're going to have to reflect a lot. It's going to be hard. I just got some weird notification. Some dude messaging me. Some weird shit. It's crazy. But yeah, I just know in my heart and soul, my work ethic, I know I'm not destined. That's the only way I can explain it. I can't live a normal life. I cannot think of anything worse. Me sitting in school is the most miserable fucking moments of my life. And the casual job, 9 to 5 working, not having freedom, not being able to go where you want, is worse than that. I cannot fucking live like that. I'd rather jump off a cliff. I cannot live that existence. That is the only way I can explain why I've gone down this journey. I can't live that life. I can't surround myself with those people. I can't fucking do the shit they do. I can't eat the food they eat. I can't watch the shows they watch, consume the information they consume, scroll how they scroll. I can't do it because that existence depresses the fuck out of me. That is the only way I can explain what goes on in my head. I get more angry, more enraged every week that I'm not advancing towards my goals. And this is the law of advancement. Men, I guess, and women, but obviously we're not the same. All this feminism bullshit. We have different roles. Men and women are different, right? We have different missions to fulfill in this lifetime. But the law of advancement, men are the happiest and most fulfilled when they know they are advancing and improving in their own life. When you know you're not advancing, when you know you're stagnating or even retracting, even worse, you feel like a piece of shit. That is why you must constantly be moving with haste, constantly be moving with speed. And currently, right now, at this current stage, that is what I'm trying to master. I have a problem with overthinking every minute detail, with constantly scrutinizing every tiny thing, but I can't constantly live like this. You know, you just need to take fucking action. Do the tasks now. Focus on the daily wins, which is what I've been focusing on in these past few days. Because the daily wins added up is what culminates into that success in the end. But yeah, if you're on this path as well, I'm sure very few people are, because most motherfuckers from the ages of, 10 to 25, Gen Z, are distracted as hell. Distracted as hell. And again, I'd like to touch on, I'm not one of these gurus. Don't take everything I'm saying and copy me, because half the things I talk about, I probably won't even agree with in 6 months when I'm in a different position. I'm just documenting this journey transparently, what I believe right now.